All right, hey guys, my name's Hayden,
And I'm Rachel.
and both of us are some of your teaching fellows for COMP11 this semester. And we wanted to talk real quick about some of the tools that can be a little bit confusing in this class. So we're just here to help clarify things by making this video. So what are we going to be looking at today?
Today in this video, we're going to be talking about the terminal, Atom, and Remote Sync Pro, and using SSH.
Cool. Yeah, so right now we're just going to start with terminal. So what is terminal? Well, aside from being this weird black box that you see up on my screen, it's actually pretty powerful because it allows me to do a lot with my computer. And you guys are like, well, I already can do a lot with my computer. You know, like we learned about terminal. Why are we navigating to folders with these weird commands instead of clicking on them? And hopefully this video will help answer some of those questions. So we're going to start on my desktop. What you're seeing here is we're on my Mac. And so this is my local computer. We are on the local folders and files on my Mac. This exists on my personal computer. So on my personal computer, on the desktop, we have this folder, COMP11 Fall 2020. So I want to go into that directory. Do you remember, Rachel, what command I use?
You're going to use CD, which stands for Change Directory, and then the name of the folder. So COMP11 Fall 2020.
And I'm just going to hit Tab so it autofills. Well, it's not autofilling, but that's okay. Not right now, because we're on video.
And then LS allows you to see what files are in the directory.
Yeah, so I see that there's a file, hello. And let's see if we actually see that in the folder. So, yep, we see this file, hello. Cool. So the terminal is this tool that allows us to access files. We can run commands from the terminal. We can do more, and you guys will be learning that later. But for now, all you have to know is that, you know, in the terminal, we can use some commands to see what's there, interact with what's there, move things, move directories. So that's a broad overview of the terminal. Remember, this is a terminal on my Mac. So right now, we're on my local computer.
So now we're going to be talking about using SSH, which is a way from the terminal on your computer that you can access computers in the computer science building, which is called Halligan here at Tufts. And it's going to be a super important tool to use this semester.
Yeah, so like we said earlier, right now, the terminal that we're looking at here shows us that we are in COMP11 Fall 2020. We see that right here. We also see that reflected here. And remember, that's on my local Mac. Right now we see HMac, which is just the name of my Mac. But we want to go on to the Halligan computers.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that with SSH. So to do that, we're going to use the SSH command. So,
O2. So it's Hayden's Tufts utln at homework.cs.tufts.edu.
Does that look good?
Yeah.
Cool. Now it's going to ask for my password. Note that it won't show that you're actually typing your password with dots, which is really annoying. So make sure you type it correctly. It can take a few tries, but we're in on the first try. We may or may not have done multiple takes of this because I could not sign in. All right. So now notice that it changes to VM, HWO2, and then my UTLN. We don't really care that much about that. Just notice that it is different from what we were seeing here. And that's because now, as we look on the top bar, we are SSH'd in. So we're seeing the same terminal, but actually, am I interacting with the stuff on my Mac?
No, Hayden, you're interacting with the stuff on your account on the CS computers in Halligan.
Whoa, weird. But I'm using this black square thing on my computer, this black rectangle, and it looks the same, but I'm not actually on my computer.
No, you're not actually interacting with your computer right now that you've SSH'd into your account on the Halligan server.
Ah, I see. So I'm working on my computer, but it's actually changing things that are on a server.
Yes.
Elsewhere, on a computer elsewhere in Halligan.
Exactly.
Cool. All right. So why do I want to do this again? Can you remind me?
Okay, so this is important so that no matter what type of computer you're using, you will be running your code in the same way. So all students can run their code in the same way on the Halligan servers, and when we grade your assignments, we'll be running them in the same way. So this way there won't be any little configuration issues and everything will be working the same, and all the tools that you need to do your homework, you'll be able to access when you SSH into the server on Halligan.
Oh, so even though I have a terminal on my computer, if I ever want to run my code, I have to do this SSH thing first.
Yes, and that's really important because if you run the code locally on your computer, you might be able to. It won't necessarily do the same thing as when you run it once you're SSH'd into your account.
Ah, cool. All right. So how do I access that hello file that we saw?
So right now the hello file is on Hayden's local computer. So if Hayden has a directory called COMP11 Fall 2020 on his Halligan account. So we can see that if Hayden types ls here.
All right,
over
ls.
on the left.
Ah, here it is.
Yeah.
So how do I get into that directory again?
So you type cd, change directory, and then the name of the directory.
Let's see if I can...
Yeah.
COMP11. I have a lot of comps here. Aha.
So now Hayden's in this directory, but the hello file that we saw earlier isn't here yet.
Yeah.
Because that's only on Hayden's local computer.
So I typed ls to see what's in the directory, because often when I change directories, the first thing I want to do is figure out what the heck is there.
Yeah.
You know, are the files even there? And I typed ls, and I got nothing. There's nothing here. So how do I get that hello file over?
So to get that hello file over, we're going to be using Remote Sync Pro on Atom.
Cool. All right, let's go into that. All right, so next what we want to look at is this application called Atom. Rachel, what is Atom?
Atom is a text editor, so like using Word or Google Docs or Pages on Mac. It's a way for you to really just type letters and words in a file, but it's different from applications like Word and Pages in that it does a lot less. We're really just focused on, because you're just going to be using this really for typing your code, so you don't want a lot of that fancy formatting, you don't want margins. This is really like pretty bare bones.
Wait, but I can still put my code in Comic Sans, right? Yes, but no.
Yes, but no. If you want to, you could change how it looks on your computer, but when you send us your code, it's just the text.
Yeah, and honestly, please don't put your code in Comic Sans, because if you do get help from a TA, they'll probably be pretty upset. Because, you know, it's hard enough to read stuff over screen share. I think it's a little bit more difficult if it's in Comic Sans. Anyways, so like Rachel said, Atom is a text editor, and more specifically, we use this kind of editor to edit our code.
Yep.
So just like how you'd write an essay in Microsoft Word, Pages, Google Docs, we write code in applications like Atom. And there are plenty of other applications that you can use, but in this class, we're going to use Atom because it has some cool features that are useful to us. So, you know, just to prove it to you, yes, I can type. You know, I'm very into saying hello right now. I'm not feeling very creative. And what we see right here is that, like, this blue dot right here means that we haven't saved it. So when I hit save, it goes away. So it has some nice features for us as coders. It shows, you know, line numbers. I know there are 6 lines in this. So this is our editor, Atom. And we'll now be talking about what other stuff Atom allows you to do.
So now we're going to be talking about using Remote Sync Pro with Atom.
All right, what the heck is this Remote Sync Pro thing?
Okay, so Remote Sync Pro is a way to get the files that you have locally on your computer to the Halligan servers, or a different server, but we're just going to be using this for the Halligan servers. So normally when you're coding, you're going to have Atom up using Remote Sync Pro, and you're going to have your terminal open, SSH'd into your account on the Halligan server.
Oh, so right now, okay, just to clarify, this is Atom up on my computer.
Yes.
And this is my terminal, which is an application on my computer, but we're still SSH'd into the Halligan server. So when I type commands such as, pwd, right?
Yeah, pwd.
So I see I'm in this directory, and then when I do ls to see what's in it, there's nothing here right now. And we want this hello file that's over in our Atom to move over here.
And it's important to note that right now the hello file is in Atom, and we're seeing it because it's locally on Hayden's computer. And then by using Remote Sync Pro, it's going to be put onto the Halligan server, so then we can see it on the terminal.
Cool. Okay, so I've already set up Remote Sync Pro because I followed the instructions in lab, and actually I was a little bit confused in lab, so then I went to office hours and we went through the documentation on the course website, and a very kind TA helped me set up at Remote Sync Pro all the way. So now I have Remote Sync Pro completely set up, and I can prove that to you because I have this nice Remote Sync JSON, and it's all filled out correctly, and things save. So should I try saving this and see if it goes to the server?
Yeah, let's try saving it and see if this file goes to the server.
All right, so I just hit Command S. Oh, look, it says that it was complete. And watch down here, I'm gonna actually type one more thing, and then look back down to the Remote Sync Pro down here. I'm gonna hit save again, and you see it says complete. So that's how I know that it uploaded. No red error messages, nothing bad. So now, shouldn't it be here?
Yes, it should be there.
All right, so let's do ls to see if it's here. Oh, okay, so I see a file hello. How do I view its contents?
A quick and easy way to view file contents is by typing cat hello.
So why am I saying cat?
So cat prints out the contents of the file right into the terminal screen, so it's just a really easy way.
Oh, so cat's just a command.
Cat is just a command.
And then hello is the name of my file.
Yes. So if you want to use this with a different file, you do cat space and then whatever the name of the file is.
Cool. And now enter. Oh, dang, there it is.
So that's really cool. So we could see that the file that's locally on Hayden's computer was uploaded to his account on the Halligan server.
All right, nice.
Now why don't you make a change locally, and then we could see the update on the server just to prove this one more time.
Okay, I'm gonna say hacked by Hayden and then save it. All right, it says complete. And then I'm gonna use the up arrow because I just the up arrow on my computer lets me do the previous command that I just typed in. So cat hello and hacked by Hayden. Cool.
Cool.
Looks like my changes are, all there.
Yep.
Awesome. Let's recap real quick about the tools that we went over today. So our two big tools. We had two applications really. So first we talked about the terminal, and that's this thing right here. And right now we're still SSH'd in to the Halligan server. So if I want to leave the Halligan server, I type exit, and watch how it says connection to homework.cs.tufts.edu closed, and now we're back on Hayden Mac, and it says COMP11 fall 2020, and that's referring to this local folder on my computer. So we are back on my local computer, and we're still using the same application, but now we're looking at the contents on my actual local computer that's here versus the contents that are on a computer on the Halligan computers that exist elsewhere.
Yeah. The other application is Atom, which you're going to be using as a text editor. And it's used to type the code and the files. And with Atom, we're using the package Remote Sync Pro, and that allows Atom, the text editor, to interact with the Halligan server. So when you make an update in Atom and you save, it sends the updated file to the Halligan server. So then when you're SSH'd in the terminal, you can see that update and run your code.
Awesome. Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
I think that's it for the main tools for working on your assignments.
All right, great. So remember, if you have any questions, feel free to come to any of the TA's office hours. We are all here to help you. And thanks for watching this video.
Have a good day.